Not gonna be your garbage.
And they're still thinking about it.
Line it up so there's a little bit of space.
Cute. This summit.
No. And they're like, okay, 45 minutes. Like, I'm going to bed. No. Come on. It's a short. Thank you for coming out if you're here for Summit. Thank you for coming out if you're not here for Summit. Yeah, if you want to come up, Claire can help you find your game for whatever you pledged for. We'll get it to you with a little signature. And then we'll probably get the barbecue fired up pretty soon and do some hot dogs and hamburgers. And then after that, we'll probably do some demos of the game for anyone who wants to learn how to play. So come on up and give your first and last name to Claire. We'll help find what you're doing.
When you're playing competitively,
Dino Money.
Awesome.
There you go.
Very much.
And thanks for your support online. I really appreciate it.
Not a problem. I seen a picture of you playing Jamaica.
I'm so sorry.
You like that game? That's one of my favorites.
Open today.
Don't be like stuffing that. Picking up all those games.
Yeah, I know. Where'd you get that?
All the pieces look like they're really
And there's stuff that like
Everything's like, everything feels
Our
right.
daughter
custom
is going to the national.
cards.
And your first name?
Well, that makes a difference though,
Right? Just the way the cards feel. Say your name. I'll pick up mine.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I may as well grab mine.
Last name?
During the multi-salt.
So literally we met like, what time is it, 10?
Yeah.
So 4 hours ago.
Yeah.
And it's a small world because we were both in film a year apart, 15 years ago. So this is pretty awesome. This is your first game, first design?
Yeah.
So what helped inspire that?
Just playing a lot of games. I always loved board games. We didn't have a TV growing up, so we played a lot of card games and board games as a family. And then I got into video games as a teenager. Then I moved back to Thunder Bay and had a family, and didn't really like or have time to play video games anymore. So when I did have time to spend with family and friends, I wanted to do it playing board games around a table, laughing and having fun. I was laying awake in bed trying to think of a theme that I hadn't seen done. I wanted to come up with an idea for a game that could be done competitively, cooperatively, or solo. So I needed to put people in a situation that could be played anyway. And in my opinion, the best way to do that is survival, because you can survive as a person or you can survive as a group. So that kind of covered all the bases of competitive, cooperative, or solo. And then just some interesting mechanics, some stuff that I thought made sense in a mountain game. Of course, borrowing from some games that I've liked, some different ideas. The idea from Robinson Crusoe of the island's an entity, that living, breathing thing that's has its own plans for you. It's kind of in the mountain as well. It's trying to make you lose. And then my own kind of unique twist on different ideas. And then the addition of the karma track and karma cards.
And to jump ahead a little bit, you've got Vault Assault is your next one.
Yeah.
And there was another name on that one. I heard earlier today too. So was there any other name for Summit?
No,
It was Summit all along, or?
Summit kind of worked because I wanted a single name, like Summit, right? It worked as a good title. It's also a single noun and verb, summit something, right? So that one idea that kind of works for both. And the board game actually was a design thing, so it was more of an accident. So Jordan, the graphic designer, had actually added the board game and his styling for the game logo, and I didn't think much of it, but by chance and by mistake, I then BGG'd Summit and saw there was 6 other games called Summit already. So Summit, the board game, stuck.
Okay, so how much testing was done before the Kickstarter? Because I've heard a lot of stories tonight, and I heard about a pizza box even at one point. So this thing's been around for a while before the Kickstarter, and then a lot of testing?
Yeah, there was a ton of testing before the Kickstarter. And so it would have been a year and a bit of testing. Like a year and a half, probably, of playing, and testing, and refining, and refining, and refining.
And it's funny because the look on your face, you hadn't really thought about that. It seems much until that moment right there. So,
yeah,
how does it feel to see it in a store in Thunder Bay?
It's funny, actually. That is one of the fun things to see, is to see it on a store shelf. I saw it. I've seen it here at the game shop, obviously. Some backers who own game stores around the world have sent pictures, and it's fun to see it in shrink, finished on a shelf.
Yeah.
Price tag on it next to other games, well-known games.
So speaking of today, a week ago you said it was going to be, the release was today. That's when we coordinated on this, and the pallet showed up around noonish.
Yeah.
That was how was that?
It was nerve-wracking. I mean, the pallet was supposed to be here. Originally it was supposed to be here 2 months ago, and then it was supposed to be here a week and a half ago, and then some shipping,
of course,
got it here, and then it was supposed to be here Tuesday at the latest, and then I got
Today's Wednesday,
and then I got the notification saying it left Toronto at noon on Monday. I was like, so it's not going to be here Tuesday at the latest. I mean, if I was driving, it would be, but
for most Ontario people, they think, oh, next day. No, we know.
Yeah,
Thunder Bay's add a day for here, so.
Yeah, exactly.
You went from an absolutely serious mountaineering, but still like screw your friends over type of game. You've got a Yeti in it. That's supernatural crazy, whatever you want to call it. What inspired that? Because that was there all along, or at least that was planned well before you announced the fact that it was there. It was like, what did you Yeti? Oh no.
That was an offhand comment by Jackie.
Oh really?
Yeah, Jackie's like, when something bad had happened, she's like, well, where's the Yeti card? And I was like, Yeti card.
Where is? Yeah.
We can do better than a card. I designed it. Jordan Danielson did all the artwork for it, and Daniel Mansfield edited everything. And then Panda Games, a company out of Vancouver, a joint venture between them and China, did all the manufacturing, and then I created Inside Up Games as the publisher to make the game.
So self-publishing.
Self-publishing.
Any Canadian influence on the things, or is it more international flavor?
Well, actually, the two-parter is, it's like I say, it's Canadian manufacturer, Canadian designer, Canadian publisher, Canadian backers. I had to make them pick different nationalities to represent because they're all Canadian backers. And it's a local Canadian climber, two-time Everest summiter, who gave me a lot of inspiration for the game and checked some of the jargon and give me some ideas for some events and how to make sure I was being respectful to Sherpas and whatnot. Mm-hmm. Basically, the Kickstarter is out, and now 99% of the world should have their Kickstarter copies. It's the other copies that we're going to have are going to be used for retail and distribution. I'll be at Gen Con, I'll be at Essen, I'll be at ThunderCon, I'll be at Shucks. So no, I'll try to be around the world where I can be. I can also be ordered online from InsideUpGames.com, and keeping their eye out on the Kickstarter as well.
Awesome.
Cool.
What do you think about it?
I like it a lot.
I think that takes care of it.
Cool. Perfect.
That's perfect.
Way to maximize your resources and moving at the same speed is ideal. So if you have someone who's loaded up full and slow at the bottom of the pack, they're going to get left behind.
Do you still need one more? Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
I missed that part. There we go.
I get to see.
Memorial. Now I go for surround.
I'm going to assume that those are two of the ones that you need.
Yep. I'll let you figure out those to be fair and find the cash.
I don't even. This doesn't appear to have that.
What are the odds of that?
Okay.
Okay. So we're okay.